Hello everyone, once again to another impressions video of the update 1.67 dev server. This is Inceptor 57 in War Thunder. Um, yeah, I think a lot of you can guess what this is. This is the IS-6. This was available on the pre-order for the dev server before it came out. Before it comes out, and you can get it. It's $40, unfortunately, and yes, I did sink my money into it, but it's an interesting thing. I want to take a look at it, so let's take a look at it. So yeah, let's talk about its history. I'm not too familiar with history, so let me bring up this Kindle of one of the books I use for tank reading. So the IS-6 was developed in the post-war years by it was let's see, it was called the Object 703 before it became adopted as the IS-6, and it was basically they were testing components from IS-4. IS-4 is right in the game, you know it, and they were testing it out with an electric transmission design. It's kind of the same thing the Americans did with the Pershing back in the days when they were testing. It's the T-20 series, but the IS-6 is the Soviet version. They were testing out the IS-4 components on the tank with electric transmission, and unfortunately, it didn't last through the development stages. It didn't work out well, so it was quickly axed or something. Oh wait, it says here that on the day of its first trial, the prototype burst into flames 30 yards outside of its assembly hangar. So, if you want to know how much of a fail it probably was in Soviet standards, that's the key. That's the key phrase right there. So, and they tried to alleviate its reputation by using a mechanical transmission from IS-4, but the Soviet designers just ended up thinking it wasn't worth it, so they axed the whole thing. IS-6 never passed the development stages, and that's why you never see an IS-6 in Soviet production levels. But okay, now let's talk about how it is in the game. This is a rank 4 IS-6. Technically it's a gift tank because you're not using gold eagles to buy it. You're using actual money. You're buying it from a bundle. It has battle rating 7.0, which is which makes it next to the M46 Patton for the Tiger. One of the few premium gift vehicles to have a 7.0 rank 4. That's not rank 5. That's a bit of redundancy there because I said it was rank 4. But let's take a look at it, huh? Okay. So we got this very familiar 122mm gun. It's a D30, so it's a bit different. Let's take a look. No, it's the same. It's the same two shells that the IS-2 used. So, okay, so gun has no real big advantage over the IS-2 122mm. So let's give that a rest. Let's talk about its armor, and maybe the armor might explain why it's a 7.0, because even though it's IS-6, not an IS-4, IS-4 is in rank 5 in the 7.7, yet IS-6 is 7.0. So definitely armor has something to do with it. So let's take a look at its front glacis, turret, and then look at the sides. And I know I did the last few impressions. I didn't emphasize this much on the armor, but it's just an impression. I'm just doing this on the go. I'm sorry. Front is 100 millimeters. Not too bad. Slope at 65-degree angle to get 200 millimeters up to effectiveness straight on. And driver's hole is driver's port's even thicker by 10 millimeters, so not a weak point. So here, and then we got this. It's all 100 millimeters, and down here there's even thicker 120 millimeters. So yeah, hitting to the front this is gonna be a tough nut to crack. Definitely worthy of 7.0 because Tiger 2s will have some problem hitting from the front. Oh, and then there's this weak point right here. That's only 10 millimeters. That's the hinge. Is that the hinge? Is that really the hinge? That's the hinge. Now let's look at the turret. Gun matlet 150. Holy wait, that's it. Wow, that really is it. 150 millimeters up here. So if you hit, it's kind of like the Panther. If you hit right here, you're gonna get through apparently. 100 millimeters, but you're not gonna aim at it. It's just gonna ricochet. And this is all 150 millimeters. Not bad. But if you get a clean shot like right here, 170 with a Tiger 2 88, or heck, even with a high penetrating shot right in the 90-degree angle right here, it's gonna do some damage. Okay, let's talk about the sign. 100. Oh wow, this thing is all 100 millimeters, huh? once again slope. So well, so even though it's slope, but it's not that much that it's gonna protect tank from most rank 4 fire. But it's definitely but it's definitely gonna increase the survivability just in case. Even if it's sloped a bit, it's gonna be a lot. Heck, you can try sloping. You can try angling the hull, and it'll probably help a lot, especially with the tough side armor. Let's talk about this down here. Okay, we got suspension. Let's get rid of that. 100 millimeters. Yeah, it's okay. So this is flat. This is completely flat. So this is a weak point right here. Side hull down here above the suspension torsion bar suspension, below this angled hull, like a T-34 really. Back when you have the guns, like if you have a 50 millimeters that can't penetrate top, you can penetrate to the flat side here. Side skirts, debatable on how useful it would be. So you're gonna hit. So you can. This is pretty much your only weak point. The weak point if you want to hit straight into the side. You just gotta worry about the tracks, the suspension wheel, suspension, and the side skirts. So it's still gonna be a tough shot. Now the rear is definitely it's surprisingly weak. It's not surprising. I'm sorry, wrong word. It's usually the usual weak. It's only 16 millimeters. You can penetrate 100 millimeters thick only, even with angle. So straight through, hit the engine. And down here, yep, and right here it's 100 millimeters. So rear, yeah, definitely a weak point, especially here. You can hit right straight here, and you can damage the entire crew, or hit the ammunition. Roof armor 30 millimeter standard. It's gonna be quite resistant against airplanes, unless you get a missile dropped on you, rocket dropped on you. So yeah, it's armor's great. I mean, compare this to the IS-4. Let's take a look. I didn't unlock it yet, so let's just take a look. 140. So you got all these armor thickness here. That's like, oh, IS-6 doesn't enjoy that luxury. It's 100 millimeters straight. However, this is good because if you look at it, it's like, okay, I know the hull is all 100 millimeters, so you can use that to advantage. Like, it's all uniform except the lower glacis, which is 120. On the bad side is opponents too will know this is only 100 millimeter. Will try to find a good weak point, especially the side, to get through you. I'm not a Soviet expert, maybe, and I'm not really a tank fighting expert in the game, especially. So I'm only an arcade player, guys. I'm sorry. I just want to show you guys that what the dev server's gonna give us. So let's talk about mobility now. It's 51 tons. It's got a 700 horsepower, maxed out with the hull because this is a premium, a gift, and even better, 1,113. So that gives us almost 20 horsepower per ton. So that's a good one. Let's take it to the range. Okay, so you can see here it takes up a lot of space on the screen, but a lot of heavy tanks have to do that. Let's move forward. So this is GIF. You're gonna have everything unlocked anyway, so I'm just gonna do it with that. And boy, is it agile! Like really. I mean, turning it's gonna slow you down, but you can turn on a dime. Whee! I think, like I said, they use the electrical transmission on the prototype. This might be the the transmission because it's just so smooth. But I might be wrong. Someone correct me. Maybe this is the mechanical transmission model. Might be because they do have a surviving prototype, and then, like I said, the first electric transmission one burst into flames. So let's just do that. But we're gonna use the dash K on the top, or is this the? Yeah, we're gonna use the dash K and just blow this to bit. Ah, well, okay. So yeah, 122 millimeter is no big upgrade over the standard 122 millimeter on the IS-2 or IS-3. Since it has the same 3 shells, it doesn't have the BR-4 1-2D that the post-war shell everyone's afraid of, that they got rid of in the recent. Okay, they didn't get rid of, but then they removed from the IS-2 in the recent update, though with lowering of the battle rating. So, yeah. Now as you can see, I'm just speeding through the landscape. This is definitely one fast tank. You can use this to hit and run. So yeah, we got a Panther right here. Let's blow the smithereens. Yep. Okay, let's try reverse. Yeah, reverse is very nice too. This is definitely one agile heavy tank. It's definitely, yes, the reverse is slower than forward, obviously, which is strange because the IS-2 reverse is a lot. Okay, it's not strange, but the IS-2 reverse is a lot faster than the forward. But here is the reverse. The forward is definitely the speed you want to go if you want to get somewhere. But you can also reverse to get out of a tough situation. RNG, that didn't penetrate. Oh well. So here we are with a Tiger 2, which is probably going to be its main nemesis as usual. Like I said, I use the Tiger 2 as a good benchmark, how good a tank really is. If it can fight a Tiger 2, then I think it's going to be okay. That's probably a terrible benchmark, but hey, this is just me. This is just an impression video. So let's okay, so it's not going to easily get through. We've got to get real close. But then again, like I said, this is the same gun as the same 122mm characteristic as the IS-2 and stuff. So I'm just messing around at this point. Yep, just messing around. So if you think you know better about the 122mm than I do, then feel free to disregard my advices. I personally just like to get to the sides and just blow a hole into them. Like this one, yeah, Tiger. We're just gonna take a stop and boom.
The target has been destroyed.
Yeah. So this is the IS-6 is a nice tank. $40, so yeah, expensive, and definitely only those those hardcore people are gonna buy it. Like kind of like the T-29, really. But if you do get it, this is definitely a tank that's also a good addition to your collection. 100mm all front armor. That's actually pretty tough for what it is. Weak gunman, almost like a Panther. Weak sides, well, by rank 4 standards, and obviously the weak rear. So yeah, that's about it for this impression on the IS-6. It's definitely I'm actually very, very impressed by its performance in the game. I didn't imagine it go that fast. But hey, if you want to get it, you can pre-order online before the game comes out. So it's $40. If you don't, well, it's good to look at. So so you can always consider next time. But yeah, I'd recommend it. Hey, if you want a good Soviet heavy tank that can even last up to rank 5, into some of the bits of rank 5, since this is a rank 4 7.0. This is definitely going to fight some battle rating 8.0 if it gets up tiered. If it gets into a game where like the rank 5 exists. So yeah, that's about it for this good first impression. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.